Boom. So this will be recorded. As always, I'll post this on YouTube afterwards. And these are our live trading sessions. So what we're going to go through on these sessions are me and Nick. We got all of our pairs that we're looking for the week. Obviously we got some main pairs that we're looking at. We're going to run through all of those. We're going to talk about entries, structure, time frame correlation, plays and key levels, everything that we look for to get into trades. If we see a trade on here, we'll get it out to you guys. But if not, we'll just basically go through our analysis. As always, all of our analysis is posted in here for the week. So if you guys want to come in here, check out all the analysis for the week, I'll pull up one of them. You can come in here. We've got it all in text. So we'll pretty much, just go through all this right now. So I think I'll pretty much get started. We got people, Jamaica, what's up? Italy, what's up? OC Peaceful.
Hi, people from all over.
FX Lifestyle. What's up? What's
Oh
up?
yeah,
Dude, yeah, we got
very nice. All right, you wanna kick it off? Or you want me to start off with DXY?
Yeah, you can do DXY and then I'll go through the major pairs.
All right,
Here,
get it.
I'll let you share. So yeah, we'll get started. We got recordings going, so let's get this thing on the fucking road here.
All right, first let me share. All right, guys. So we're just gonna go through pretty much DXY, all major pairs that we're looking at for the most part. Dozen plus some extras in the Discord, as Angela mentioned. But essentially, we're just giving you guys our outlook for the week, what we see potentially happening, and it's more so higher time frame analysis because again, we're not executing yet. We're not close to a trade yet, so we're kind of sitting here on the higher time frame. So all these analyses will be 4 hour or plus, but also on the chart here, we may drop down to the 1 hour to show you a specific example because one pair may be closer to execution than the other. So yeah, let's just get into it. All right, so here we are on DXY. This is the US dollar, right? Essentially shows you the strength of the US dollar. Now, we analyze this index specifically. We don't trade it, we just analyze it because the US dollar makes up for 80% of all trade, and it is considered the reserve currency for the world, right? It also is a safe haven. So there is normally a lot of interest in the dollar. As we can see on the daily time frame, it was bullish for a very long time, but US dollar moves a lot of the market. So it's kind of good to step in, pop onto this chart and see what's going on and see how this is trending so we can better gauge our other analyses based on this. So we can see this was very bullish here on the daily time frame, right? Then we got some large bearish pressure. So this is post corona. We had some consolidation, and then the market priced in all the events that were happening, the state of the economy, and so on. And we started seeing the dollar depreciate. We saw a huge drop off here, lower high, nice pattern formation, broke through this monthly zone, and then kind of erasing all these prior higher lows at this monthly zone, right at 95 flat. So we are definitely bearish now. If we just look at this section of price action, we're just getting these huge swings to the downside. Now we are consolidating a little bit down here, so we're going to drop to the 4 hour and get a closer look at that now that we've identified the overall sentiment as bearish. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in on this price action, this bit right here. All right, so we have a descending channel, as we can see after the break, right? Pretty much consolidation because it's going sideways, right? There's no real conviction. It is a nice healthy trend. There is good volume here, but again, there is no real direction, especially after this break to the upside. So recently here is the breakout of this descending channel, pushed up higher right into the 200 EMA and then pulled back. And now we're getting, again, a little more consolidation. So we're outside the pattern, but yet still below structure, our 38.2. So we see it as two potential trade scenarios here, right? Either one, we continue with the overall sentiment, just bearish, right? So we're looking for a break below 92.6, and then we're going to confirm this, push lower after we see a lower high below this zone. So this is the more favorable trade, trade one here, because I think this is going to happen first. But this trade scenario two is still technically possible. It hasn't formed structure yet, at least not an example that we'd want to look for. So this could definitely pull back. A way to tell that this is going to have conviction going into 38.2, look for a higher low above 93.3. Okay, and if it does get up to this 38.2 level, it's playing into a higher time frame trend here. So we're going to reanalyze, see if it reverses, see if we can confirm structure at this level, and then make a play back to the downside. But we need to see some significant confirmations for that. So we're just going to watch and kind of wait for this one to play out. We are stuck in this range, guys, between 93.3 and 92.6. So we want to see a break to the upper downside. All right, so that's DXY.
Oh, yeah.
Should be enough to get started for the week.
Yeah,
Let's
so
move
like
on.
Nick said, looking little bullish. You can get into AU, then I want to just hit the major pairs.
All right, so I'll hit AU because this is my, and then I'll come back with UJ later. So,
Yeah, you
no
come
problem.
back with all the you
All right,
can
guys,
do
so
AU,
we're gonna start it
UJ.
off.
Yeah, do AU and UJ, and then I'll do the rest of the majors. I just want to get those out of the way because I got to pop off.
And we'll come back.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So here's AU, guys. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. You're a little choppy.
Who, me?
Yo, Angela.
Yeah, what's up?
Ooh, he's full freeze right now.
Here.
All right, we'll see if he comes back. All right, guys. So you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're getting a little choppy.
I'm just gonna call in.
All right, guys. So AU daily time frame, we were significantly bearish, right? If we just look to the left, right, we had a huge reversal up here at the monthly, then price action just started dive bombing pretty much. Huge descending channel, nice little retest of the monthly zone that it had broken, then dropped again. This is all Corona, this huge volume. Then we got a huge 4-hour retracement all the way up to our monthly zone, gave us a higher low, and then broke through the monthly. So we are definitely bullish on AU right now. Okay, and that kind of lines up with DXY as well. DXY is bearish. It would make sense that AU is bullish, right? Inverse relationship. Or inverse correlation, rather. So let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour and take a look at this recent break and this new kind of ascending channel that's forming above this monthly. Right to the 4-hour. All right, zoom in on this price action here. Okay, so here's this ascending channel right after it broke the monthly. Tons of higher lows, lots of higher highs, good volume. And yeah, we're going to continue with this trend pretty much. We're just looking to go long here. We're going to go over 2 trade scenarios. But first, let's just take a look at how this is forming. So this is kind of expanding. Volume is picking up here. We had a huge rally up to this zone right at 0742 or 415 area. Came back at a nice higher low right above this zone, 07265. It pushed lower, hit the 88.6 and the 200 EMA, rejected pretty quickly, and found support again at 07265. So now we're consolidating. We have a bit of an ascending triangle here. You can see it's not the cleanest one. It hasn't, it's given us these little fake outs and whatnot, but it still is an ascending pattern, right? So continuing with the overall trend, which is bullish, our first trade scenario is going to be this one here, right? We want to see a nice break to the upside outside of this pattern, preferably closure above 0734, and then a higher low above that zone as well. That would confirm this is, pretty significant push that's going to continue higher, that we have conviction, and at that point we can enter on the right bullish confirmations, target the 0% prior high, and then also, negative fib levels and so on, right? But if that doesn't happen, if we continue to range here, we could see a break to the downside, and we could confirm this break to the downside if we get a lower high below 0765, and then we'll look to target the lower trend line of this ascending channel, and then we'll, reanalyze once price action gets to this level, see if it's going to break, go over our scenarios at this point, and then, trade accordingly. All right, so again, similar here that we saw on DXY, where we're stuck in a bit of a range, right? This is DXY, go over to AU, same deal, a bit of a range here. We really want to see a break to the upper downside to give us confidence. And then, we'll take a trade, as we see it play out. All right, so that's AU, looking pretty good. Last major that I've prepared for you guys is UJ. And this one's pretty simple, which is kind of funny because of how complicated UJ has been recently, but let's just start on the daily time frame. We'll get into it. Super bearish in the daily time frame, guys, right? Huge descending triangle here, right? Key support being at 106, lots of lower highs leading up to this point over here, okay? So let's zoom in a little more, right? We saw we were ranging a little bit, then we started getting some lower highs, pushing through this monthly zone. Nice descending triangle right here on pretty much the monthly zone, and then another break to the downside. So let's get down onto that 4-hour, get a closer look at this little formation. All right, here's that triangle, guys. Why did this line get line should be extended. Basically like that. So here is this triangle right at that key monthly zone. Then we got a nice lower high, and then price action just blew through the bottom of this triangle, and now we're actually at a new low. Okay, so from here, we only really have one trade scenario. Because it has been so significantly bearish, I really just want to continue with this, and the only entry that I'm comfortable taking would be on a pullback. So that means, ideally I want to see an MA pullback first, so a retracement through the MAs, form structure, and then a bearish setups crossing back through the MAs. That's going to be my entry. That's what I want to see for this trade, and this could be a really nice short down to our next weekly zone. So either we want to see a pullback to the 38.2 reversal, or 61.8, which is preferable, which we prefer because this is a nice confluent zone. So its recent broken support will be tested as resistance. We'll get that MA pullback, get the 61.8 fib level, which is a golden zone, enter on that MA cross, and again, bearish setups. So this could be a really nice trade. Let's just mark this one up for the sake of it. Let's say it hits 61.8. We get the reversal we want to see. We'll be about 50 pips on a stop. Play it down to the weekly. Let's just call it the negative 61, 175. So well over a 3-to-1, guys. This could be a really massive trade if we see a reversal at the 61.8 specifically. Okay, so yeah, this could be a really nice one. Well over 3-to-1. And that's UJ. So I'm going to pass it off to Angelo, and then we'll come back and get into some of these crosses in gold, obviously. All right, so Angelo's going to cover some majors. Here you go.
Yeah, you got to just actually do the rest of them because I'm about to call in.
You are in the meeting now.
All right, no problem.
Sure. Yeah.
Guys, I lied. We're going to do all of them. Let's go for it. All right, let's go back to AJ. Daily time frame first. Let's zoom out. Very, very bearish, guys. This is a gigantic bearish channel. Lots of volume. Just these huge swings to the downside. So let's just zoom in on this bit of price action where we are now. So we recently broke this. Well, not recently, but in this bit of structure here, this bit of price action, we recently broke this monthly zone right here. It was support, tested as resistance multiple times. Here was Corona. Then it pulled back on a nice 4-hour retracement, and is pretty bullish now, right? But we haven't gotten a significant break outside of this giant descending channel. It did break this monthly resistance and all these prior highs, but I'm not quite sure this has the momentum to continue higher. I really want to see it break this channel, get some nice closure closer to this 80 mark for us to say that this is bullish on the daily time frame. But let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, how this is kind of weakening at this current zone. So let's expand here. Take a look at this. See, like, this is a giant ascending channel, right? Very, very wide channel. And then we have kind of this inner supporting trend line. So very, 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 very bullish. Here was that key resistance right at 76.6. Recently broke it, surged higher up to a new high at 78.3 area, then pulled back, consolidated, and now is pushing lower. So we broke back below this key zone. Was resistance, now support, broke support, now resistance again, right at 76.6. So this could be headed down once again. We could be seeing some bearish movement here. It's definitely weak. Tons of lower highs in here. Massive rejection off the 77.5. So this is a clean transition, right? It broke lower, tested multiple times, started slipping, giving us these lower highs and lower lows. So, at this point, we can identify two trade scenarios. Either this new trend, this forming transition continues, and we see a push lower. So I ideally want to see a break below this monthly zone, lower high below this zone, and then you could enter on bearish setups, target lower towards 75.5, and then reanalyze once price action gets to that zone, because it will be the bottom of this very, very large channel. Okay, so that will be our first target. Then we'll reanalyze at that point. But this is looking very likely, guys. This has a lot of bearish momentum right here, and we could definitely see this slip and push lower. So we also saw, right, this is the new fib. We saw a break lower. We refibbed that from this high to this low, pulled back, hit the 38.2, gave us a nice bearish engulfing. So it did form structure. So this thing, is good to go, to be honest. we could definitely see this play out. All right, but let's say it goes bullish, and this is merely a fake out. We need to see a break back above 76.6, and then a higher low confirmed by some bullish setups that we could then enter on. But only until we get this higher low is when we can confidently say that this is, resuming that bullish trend. And then we'll enter, target higher towards 77.5, and then reanalyze again once price action gets here. And, we'll see how it reacts. Either we'll see rejection at this zone or break and then a higher low above that, which case it's another entry opportunity and so on. But we're going to take it with these two scenarios first and kind of just see how it plays out. And then we'll analyze once it's needed. All right. So this is AJ. Looking pretty good. This short opportunity is looking pretty clean. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. All right, that's AJ. Then we got EJ and gold left for you guys. EJ is looking pretty clean. Let's go to the daily time frame. This could be in for a huge drop. We've recently got a 4-hour transition. I'll cover it in a second, but it's looking really, really good. All right, so let's just look to the left, see where price action's been and where it's going. All right, so super bearish. Again, another high volume bearish channel. However, we did see a break pretty early on here, which was a change of trend. We had this huge rally, broke all of these lower highs, gave us a confirmed higher low, and then a transition, bullish setups, and then shot all the way up to this monthly zone around 126, 126.6, this whole zone right here. Gave us a massive reversal, and that's where we're at now. So let's go right to the 4-hour. But this thing played out so nice. So it's a nice bullish trend, clean reversal. And, let's see where it's going next. This one's EJ's been looking good. Really, really, really well. All right, so here is that giant reversal. Let me just set this up. Just like that. All right, cool. So here's that giant reversal, right? Here are the highs. Started getting some lower highs. Nice descending triangle. Broke this minor support at 125.3 and then shot lower straight to the major support, 4-hour support at 124.3. Broke. So went from 125.3 to 124.3. Broke right through. Gave us a new low. So if you look to the left, this was that acting support. It blew right through it, which is perfect, and formed structure at the 38.2. So pulled right back, hit the 38.2, much like we just covered on AJ. Just take a quick look. Very similar, right? Broke key support, tested 38.2, and then gave us some more bearish setups. Very similar to EJ. So, we're looking to go short first thing. That's our first trade scenario right here. Honestly, looking for a retest of 38.2 followed by some bearish setups, or honestly, any significant bearish setups at the current level would be enough to enter on. It's at a really good spot, guys. And I would enter on the right confirmations and target lower towards negative fib levels, and of course, towards this 4-hour or this would be more of a 4-hour target down here at this weekly. So that would be a distant target for this trade. Okay, again, this would be a great risk to reward. So just keep watching this one, see how it plays out. Look for those confirmations, get in on a good setup. Okay, so that's trade scenario 1. Trade scenario 2 would be if this was a fake breakout and this just reversed, it pushed back through 124.3 and confirmed this resuming the overall bullish trend by this higher low. Okay, so once we get that higher low, only then is it confirmed. And you could take a long at that point off some bullish setups, some strong bullish setups. Target this level first, 125.3, which is the lower time frame resistance level, and then of course back towards this monthly zone. All right, but I really think again this is going to drop. It's looking perfect. This was a clean break. I know we caught most of this or a good amount of this last week, so maybe we'll get something similar. All right, so that's EJ. Looking good. Let's go on to gold, guys. This one's looking interesting too. Super clean the way this is forming. Let's go right to the daily, guys. Not much to say other than bullish. I mean, it's just straight up almost. So super bullish. That's the overall sentiment. Let's go ahead. Well, we got a lot of chat here. Wait a second. Let me just read some chat. Hey, so happy to be here again. Good to have you. Yep. You're changing life, bro. Thank you. Do you trade exotic pairs?
Yeah, I'm just asking some questions down in the chat.
Oh, you're answering them all? Wait, I don't.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So gold is significantly bullish on this daily time frame. let's go right to the 4-hour and see what's going on at more current price action. So tons of volume. Notice that, guys. These candles are gigantic. There's absolutely, like, it's a ton of volume up at this level, which is kind of surprising because gold has kind of been like asleep for a while, especially on this higher time frame down at these levels. It's just consolidation upon consolidation. So to see this volume is really nice. It means there's a lot of activity going on, which means potentially a lot of opportunities. So we have this huge descending triangle here, but this support right at pretty much 1919, 1920 area is super strong. And we're getting these lower highs, key support. We finally saw price action break through this 1950 zone, which is kind of a lower time frame resistance zone. And now we're forming a box pattern or rectangle, as some of you know it. So there's only one real trade scenario that I'm interested in, and that's a break to the upside outside of this rectangle, confirm the higher low above, and that's what I'm entering on. I'm going to buy here all day long, right as this higher low. It's giving us those confirmations, target towards the prior high, and if we're lucky, negative third levels. Okay, but I mean, this could be a massive trade, guys. And really, all that we need to see here is a break, retest, and then followed by some continuation setups. Okay, so gold could be a massive, massive trade, and it's looking good. I mean, gold's always been nice with these patterns. It's always been really easy to spot, and then you get these great opportunities like we're seeing form right now. All right, so quick recap, guys. Those were all the pairs that I prepared for you guys. So DXY, got into that. AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. And guys, again, for all those that missed it or don't know, you can find these analyses in our Discord, posted every single Sunday. More than we even cover are posted. More are posted than we even cover here in the live session. Okay, so check it out, guys. It's literally exactly what we cover here, just without the verbal explanation. It's just text. So check it out. Compare it to your analysis. It's definitely useful. And yeah, thanks, guys. So I'm gonna pass it off to Angelo, and he's gonna kill it for you guys. He's gonna check it out.
Dope. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead, share my screen. If at any point my screen's delayed or whatever, just let me know.
All right.
Because I just called in, so I should be good with the audio, but the screen, I don't know.
It
I'm just on my.
It's matching. It's matching.
What's up?
It matches, but you're talking and your words are lining up, so it seems good.
Yeah, no, it should be fine. I'm just on my hotspot, so it should be with the audio. It was like a little spotty.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, so we're gonna start with GU. We're gonna come up just on this weekly time frame, guys. As always, let's look at weekly structure first. And we've been bearish on this with structure, making lows, lower highs, lower low. Came up here, made this lower high. Previously, we'll take this off for now. Had this big fall off. Now let's just focus in, right where we're at. We're seeing last week form this bullish candle, a lot of huge wick though, some exhaustion. Obviously, more sellers are in the market right now than buyers, but this thing is on some sort of pullback. But I do expect this thing to dump again. We're in a confluence zone here. We got the weekly resistance, and as you go down to the lower time frames, daily time frame, we had this evening star that formed, and we can actually double check that. 58. So yeah, definitely evening star right here. So there's more sellers than buyers right here in the market. And as you see on this time frame, broke minor support. Got the moving averages cross red over blue, and again retesting this level right here. And as we come down to the 4-hour, this is where I'm basing my overall fibs on, structure on. We've got from our high up here, point A, down to our low, point B. We're retracing all the way up right around to this level. Perfect. Right here, and we just double topped at this area last week. Coming into this week, what I've been expecting is just some sort of push back up, maybe get more resistance at this level. Then ultimately, we're looking to head lower. We're looking to continue this downtrend. So I am looking, like Nick was saying, with DXY, we're kind of looking for DXY to continue bullish. And if that does happen, this thing will continue with USD to the downside. So GBP USD, I am looking for shorts. If I come down to the lower time frame, what would I need to enter? I mean, right now we've got a nice entry coming up. We have a break of support right now. We're pulling back. We can get some sort of rejection here. We're definitely going to short this, definitely try to get to the downside on this. So yeah, we're looking for shorts on GU. We'll keep you guys updated in the signals about that. No trades at the moment, so hold off. But just look at this 4-hour time frame, very bearish over here. So let's come to USD CAD. So UCAD, all the way up on this weekly time frame, we had this huge bullish rally, and then we fell off all the way back into this monthly support level, down into these lows. And we're testing like the last level of support. We formed this inverted hammer candle. I'm gonna take this off. That candle is a nice reversal candle. So that is showing at the bottom of here. We're getting the inverted hammer engulfing that previous candle. We popped above the weekly 200-day. So we're getting some bullish momentum in the market. As I come down to the daily, as you can see, this thing is overall still very bearish, but for just looking at price right now, we're getting more buyers than sellers at the moment into the market. And down to the 4-hour, we actually broke this level. Right here, we maintained structure there 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and now we're in this little bit of a pullback, but I do anticipate this thing again to go bullish, again to head to the upside. For that to happen, we've got this 4-hour or this 1-hour time frame, and pretty much what needs to be respected is just this zone. So unless we break all the way below this level, 1.31400, you're going to look for buys, especially if we hang above 200 moving average. So as this thing falls back, I'm going to look for support here. And if we start to get some sort of rejection, much like this, we're not going to enter. Remember, guys, we're going to enter on wicks, these candles, a bunch of wicks. We're going to wait for a nice conviction candle. So as this thing comes back, we'll look for support and then try to head to the upside with this. And again, if we break all the way below this level, then we're going to look for shorts. Let's go over to USEF. Looks fairly similar. And last week we were looking at buys on this as well, and that worked out pretty well. But now let's just look daily time frame coming into this week. We had, I'm just going to take this trade path off for now, but coming into this week, we had this huge bullish engulfing candle. Again, we're on this daily time frame. Let's just bump up to the weekly. These are the main time frames we're looking for everything. So, where our biases really are. At the bottom, all the way to this low, a lot of indecision candles. Have this bullish engulfing candle followed by the spinning top and then another spinning top candle. These are all reversal candles at the bottom of this push. So I do expect this thing to pop higher. Coming down to the daily, we're playing this range right now. These are the highs, these are the lows. Ultimately, we need to get above here to really push. But coming on to the 4-hour, 4-hour time frame, what I'm looking at right now is we popped up above here, came back down here, then we just popped up above this 200 level. So let's look at the 1-hour. So it'll give us a little better picture. 1-hour time frame, we had this little trend line. We're sloping downward, popped above there, found support right there. Now we're just looking to go long. We're looking to go long with this. So we're looking to come up, retest this high. There could be some sort of pullback there at this level. You see some rejection there. Ultimately, we're targeting all the way up there. We're targeting to get much higher. And we can even bring out a little fibbo from this low to this high. Again, target -2.7 first, test the 0% level. Up here, see some sort of pullback, try to get long. So we'll see if there's an entry in this area. If we get a dip down, find support like this through the moving average, then we'll look to buy there. If not, we'll wait to buy up here. So that's USEF, trying to go long. NZD, USD, let's bump up. Weekly time frame, looking at weekly structure, guys, we've got lower lows forming. I've got all of my weekly levels. We're between this weekly level, this monthly level right now, we're still below the 200-day. So overall, we still are very bearish on this. We've got these lows, lower high, and lower low coming back up. We're testing this lower high. Last week closed with this inverted hammer candle at the top, this bullish, bullish engulfing this previous candle, but we're still testing this supply zone right now. So this thing could close below here, respect this zone, or we could stay above, pop above here and head up to this weekly level this week. So right now I'm looking to see what happens early in the week. Last week ended with this huge doji candle, this large wick right here. Hold on, we got some action in the chat. Yeah, so we got this last week ended with this huge, wick candle right here, this huge doji, so showing a lot of sellers coming into the market, buyers exhaustion right there. Boom. As I come down to like the 1 hour, considering we are retesting these highs right here, as I come down to the 1 hour, I was kind of just getting a little bit, anticipating a little bit of a reversal, trying to anticipate the move. Right now we could see the 30 minutes transitioning. Just made this low, made this lower high, now we're making this low. Could we make another lower high, very similar to this, and then push? So I'm looking for rejection on this lower time frame right now. We're looking to come up, open in the week, this is what we drew up, looking to come up to this level, find rejection, and then head lower. So NU, looking at short, I'm going to go short on NU. This is 30-minute structure. We're going to stay within this little channel, get short on there. Let's go over now to EU. So start all the way up onto the weekly. So EU all the way up to the monthly time frame. We've got this huge trend line, guys. Point A, point B. Could this potentially be point C right here? See rejection there. We'll see. Weekly time frame. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of indecision at the top here. We're seeing spinning top candle. We're seeing doji. So as I come down to the lower time frame, we're seeing this like ascending channel. This is all weakening trends, very, very weak at the top here. And then we just form this lower high there. And as I even come down to the 4 hour, I know I had this on last week, kind of removed that this week. We had this trend line going right here. So we broke below the trend line. Now we're bouncing below there. So pretty much what I'm looking for right now, let's see, open the week like this. What I'm looking for right now is I'm obviously looking to go short on this. I'm looking to head lower. Just going to take us down to 30 minutes. Looking to head lower. When would I enter? I would enter pretty aggressively on a break of this. So pretty much as soon as I see break of this level, and I will adjust this to the lower time frame. As soon as I see a break of this level right now, like this, boom, and then followed by a retest of that. And then as always, guys, we're going to use a higher time frame for our projection levels. So yeah, I can use my fibs on the 4 hour time frame. We came up, tested this 50% level, tested 50% level, came down, hit the 38.2 level. Now, we could potentially push. I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. We could potentially push down to this to make that lower high down to this level 38.2. Definitely a nice level for that to push to. We just need to get a little bit lower before we short it. So we'll wait on confirmation. Again, guys, with these higher pushes in the trend line or in the Fibonacci, we don't want, or we know it's in a trend. So if it hits 50%, it's not going to go right to our targets. It's going to go 50%. Maybe I'll retest 32 like it's doing now. Come back down, maybe 10-0%, form another little lower high point, then push down. So we just got to ride the trend out. This is why we use rules to maintain our orders, just in case it does. Say we take the lower high here, short it, then we pulled all the way back. We don't want to miss out on all this, miss out on all these profits that we could have closed here, here, here. You don't want to miss out on all that. So yeah, let's go over now to GJ. Take a look at GJ right here. So overall in the weekly time frame, GJ is very bearish. So we've been forming lower lows, lower highs, lower low, or just a low here, retesting this low. And then at the moment, we have all these sellers step in right here. These highs are obviously tested with large wick. Let's go down now to a lower time frame and see. We had this box pattern I'll show in a second, but basically we blew through there. Now we're just at this weekly level, very indecisive at this level right now. But as you can see, this thing's just very bearish. Very bearish. Has just been heading lower and lower. So basically, we need to respect this level for us to continue to be bearish until that's broken. This time frame, the 4 hour, is bearish. All the way down to the 1 hour. All the way down to the 1 hour. Look at structure on this. It still has been very bearish over time. So we could even utilize this little trend line as well. Don't got to leave it on there, but basically what I'm getting at is we are just bearish within here. We hit 86 on this fib, push down. Now we're pushing back up. We're just looking for that bearish confirmation, guys. Wherever we see that bearish engulfing evening star, any sort of variation through the moving average, we'll take the trade. See if we get it right here. We'll put stops right above this level, right around 60 pips or so at the highest. And we'll try to ride this thing, this 4 hour trend. 4 hour trend, still very, very much bearish. And then as we bump up to the daily, we're seeing this thing has just been falling off very dramatically, hit below the 200 day, then all the way up to the weekly, more sellers in the market than buyers right here. So we'll see if on the 4 hour, this level does manage to break, then we will change our bias and we will look to be more bullish on this. So that is all the pairs that I have to go over. Just to do a little bit of a recap, I did GU, UCAD, USEF, NU, EU, and GJ. If you guys want any bonus pairs, for the night, feel free to put in the chat. If there's anything you guys are looking at. I know last week we followed 2 different pairs. You normally do EJ anyway, though.
Yeah, I did EJ.
You normally do EJ anyway, but we were following CAD JPY a little bit more.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Looking at a little trade on that, which is still playing out. US 30. We're not going to take a look at US 30, but one thing I will say, actually, we could pull it up. One thing I will say, US 30 is a good correlator with gold.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, US 30 is a good correlator with gold. So if you do trade gold, it would probably benefit you well to look at US 30. Let's see. See the latest with US 30. We've got weekly all the way at these highs. So US 30, US 30 has been just riding this little bullish trend right here. Obviously these highs had a lot of sellers come into the market to fall off. But overall in this monthly, this thing has been very much bullish. Moving averages are crossing, bullish on that time frame, bullish on this time frame, bullish on the daily, or a little bearish here on this. So we're on a pullback actually on the daily. So we are on a pullback on the daily, but I will fib it from here. And I will fib it from this level all the way up to here. We hit around this 50% level, then we rejected 38.2. Now we're back around this 50% level. I'm just going to draw a little zone right here. So this is really support coming down now to the 1 hour time frame. What I would need to see personally on US 30 is I would need to see a break above this level, like there, or inversely, this thing could continue to be very bearish.
Yeah.
These are the zones that I would look for right now. Just break below this red zone and retest, because as we come up to the 4 hour, very much could continue lower. As we can see here, just form this 4 hour lower high. That's that daily pullback right there. So this is when we would start to look for some sells, but this is definitely level of support here. So you might want to be a little patient, see how it plays on this level. So is it more possible? I mean, it's pretty much if it breaks above here, more possibly bullish, or breaks below here, more possibly bearish. That's the sentiment. I wouldn't take any trade.
The only way to really have an edge when to answer that question, is this more bullish than bearish or more bearish than bullish? It's just, I do it just by looking at the overall trend. So I'm going to favor a certain position based on this being bullish since the last 2 months or so on, or bearish since the last 2 months, but other than that, you just have to wait for some conviction, a break and then enter on a higher low, or a break to the downside and enter on a lower high. But there's no real way to say which way it's going to go just yet. You just got to follow it.
Yep. I would say personally, the monthly's bullish, the weekly's bullish, and then the daily is bearish. So weekly and monthly are really, our biggest time frames, but we should be patient right now. It's more likely to be bearish if we break below here for sure, bullish if we break below here right now. So, just follow the analysis for sure. So yeah, that's all the analysis that we're going to get into on tonight's session. Sundays, try to keep it quick, get it ready for the week. And then, we'll answer any questions. If you guys have questions, just come put in the chat. This webinar is for you guys. Yeah, let structure show for sure. Is it possible to sync the 4 hour and 1 hour time frames with the weekly time frame? Yeah, so if a lot of times the weekly time frame will be coming to a resistance level. So it'll be coming to a weekly key level. And we can actually even see that on GU or GJ. Up here is a weekly time frame, came up to this monthly level, this trend line, and we started testing there. Now, obviously, at the tops here, this was still very much bullish on the daily, still very much bullish on the 4 hour up at the top here. Then all the way down to the 1 hour, if I was really trying to get in on this early, I could start to say, okay, this is when we formed our first lower high, next lower high, those were potential entries in there. And this was our next lower high, lower high here. So this is where the 1 hours were syncing with the weekly because of the confirmations on the weekly time frame, because of where we're at in the charts. So this is kind of why me and Nick really stress top-down analysis, doing the time frame correlation, so that you guys always know where you're at. So at this point on the 1 hour, you're not taking longs when this is clearly the weekly hit resistance here, and maybe you should be going with the weekly resistance level, weekly confirmations at that point. So it's all about just building your edge.
That's also why we do top-down analysis, because you're making yourself aware of these key zones, breaking down price action slowly, and developing a bias that way. Could we expect something? Oh wait, there's another good question. Could we see DXY moving up with the U.S. economy recovering? Fundamentally speaking, yes, but we also do have an upcoming election, and there's a crap load of speculation going on right now. So it's definitely interesting conditions to trade. But I mean, fundamentally, yes, as the U.S. is recovering, as these corona numbers are, decreasing and more people are going back to work, you should, typically see the dollar start to stabilize a little more. What is the technical move to sync the time frames? Where in trading view will it be done? Oh, you mean split the screen?
What do you mean by that?
Because I remember you could split the screen where you'd have the right is a different time frame, the left is a different time frame.
Yeah, I haven't used that in a long time, but it could be useful.
No, it's the number 2.
You need a bigger per tablet. Yeah, so I have I just have the capability to do two screens, so you could do them side by side. If you have a larger monitor, like we do at the office.
Make one of them a different time frame, though.
Yeah, so say you want to do
Yeah.
This one's the 4 hour. This one's the 4 hour. This one's the 1 hour. On here, let's just go
But
all the way
notice
to the right.
his pointer, like his cursor, is on both. So whatever he does to one is happening on the other. So it's a way to kind of see.
I just gotta make them the same pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got this one, 4 hour. This one's the 1 hour. So as you can see, this just obviously 1 hour candles, 4 hour candle.
The only problem with this feature though is you have to do the analysis twice. That was
no, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No, but that was one of the biggest issues we had with this, is that it wouldn't save sometimes. It won't load. Like, all your zones aren't loaded. Yeah, so it's kind of it's not a perfect feature, but if you do really want to have two side by side, while you're seeing and understanding a time frame correlation and how things are syncing up and so on, definitely use it. I know we used to, but not anymore. But yeah, guys, so that's another Sunday market blitz. We lost a lot of people after going into this.
Let's see. What is it? 19. Yeah, we're gonna just real quick at the end. So we have a little sale going on right now. I just want to show you guys both the course. We got 19 brace souls left on the chat. But we just want to go over real quick. We don't go over often, but we have the full course, everything you guys are going to get. Yes, if you're a beginner, you guys can start. You can get involved. This is good for beginners as well. Week 1, we're just going to walk you through the basics, get you in all the premium chats, which I'll go over in a second. Week 2 is when we're going to get into everything we went over in the live section. We did market structure, support and resistance, trend lines and supply and demand zones, Fibonacci. We got our new videos coming out, Fibonacci 2.0 and time frame correlation, obviously an important video. And then we got homework that we assigned you guys. So we do have one-on-ones. You guys can come through with the homework to the one-on-ones. Then week 3, we'll get into some more advanced topics. We just talked about top-down analysis, entry zones, entries, index analysis. So that's DXY, pattern recognition, and then convergence 1.0. So that's just pretty much our entire strategy put together, where we take entries, why, where we mark structure, everything like that. Then you guys will get our trading plan and our trading journal. So we keep track of all our trades in the journal. Trading plan is, I like to say, something you can just keep by your bed. I don't have one on me right now because I'm just moving around, but it's pretty much all the patterns, our strategy, all little tips and everything. I used to have everything in like notebooks. We just kind of put that all in one place. So again, like everything in here pretty much started with me and Nick, just needed it for ourselves. And then we put it into the course. And then week 4 is going to get into some more advanced topics, risk management, maintaining orders, and then back testing, which is obviously the most important thing to do, knowing how to back test and see if you have a winning strategy. We got some example back tests on there that we do. And then fundamentals, and then arguably the most important thing to do before you actually trade is learning how to calculate your lot size. Week 5 is all psychology, so we just go over some topics around psychology that are important to us and that are important to you. And then after that, we just get into webinars. So we have webinars every single week. I'm just going to pull this up. As you can see here, we got over 30 webinars. So a ton of content. And we've got trade reviews as well. And this is just the main course. You guys will also get our signals course along with this. You'll get one-on-ones, like I said, fundamental updates, live sessions. And I just want to pull up real quick the signals course as well. But yeah, we have this sale going on right now. And this is everything that's included. In the signals course, you guys are just going to get another overview of how we do all of our analysis, and then you're going to get the fundamentals. So we go over like a bunch of lessons when it comes to fundamentals, and yeah, the trade reviews as well. So everything that's included is in here. It's on sale right now, 40% off, $42.99. So if you guys are interested, and if you guys have been trying to get involved in the group, now is definitely the best time to do that. So if you want to get involved, just shoot me a message. After this, we'll be active in the Discord chat. So Discord chat will be the best place to message us. And we are also going to do a giveaway, but I'm going to announce it in the chat. So nothing in here, but we appreciate you guys for coming on. We know Sundays, it's a little late for everyone. Good book to read is Naked Forex. So if you want a good book to read, you can read that. There's a bunch of books. You can always shoot me a message after this. So that's pretty much it for our live session. We are going to hop off for now, and we'll be back Tuesday at 8 a.m. for our next live session, and we'll catch you guys then.
Yep, that's our first session, guys. So enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you guys then.
Perfect. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.